Okay, this is from the Daily Express's online presence, the express.co.uk, and this is from earlier this year. The headline is Sex News. Shock stats reveal 89% of women use sex to get men to do this. Subheading: Sex as a bribe is a tactic employed by a shocking majority of women to get men to help them with one thing: the housework. This is by Emily Hodgkin. I'd say straight away that from what I've heard in the past, the two biggest arguments that married couples have are over finances and housework. Now, regarding the housework side of that, it's been drummed into women's brains by feminists over decades now that men should come home from a hard day's work. Men obviously work far more hours in the workplace than women per year, which is one of the biggest reasons there's a pay gap. The equal pay gap myth, of course, is just that. It's a myth. There is no discrimination against women. Sorry to go off on a tangent here, but women are absolutely convinced that I think they know. They're just lazy and greedy. I mean, if a woman's work is never done these days, it's because she won't fucking do it. She thinks the man should come home and do half of her work and all of the work that she considers to be men's work, such as DIY, mending the fence, cleaning the gutter, fixing the roof, changing the oil on the car, etc., etc. Anyway, let's have a little look at the article. Obviously, I'm not going to cover it all. I'll leave a link in the description box if you really want to torture yourself and read it. From pulling on the marigolds and doing the washing up to getting on their knees and hoovering the stairs. I don't know anyone who gets on their knees to hoover the stairs, but I've encountered many a guy who, pretty much metaphorically speaking, gets on his knees to grovel to his wife. Anyway, it continues. Women are doling out sexual favours to get their partners to tidy up. Just think of that. Doling out sexual favours. What the fuck they mean by that? If she wants it and the guy doesn't particularly and he gives it to her, is he doling her out a sexual favour? What the fuck is it with women that they think that if they agree to have sex with their own bloody husband, that they're doing him a favour? You know, if you have a wife like that, just say, just use the den, use your office room, just watch porn and fucking jerk off. Bollocks to her. Fuck the bitch. She thinks she's doing you a favour. God, how arrogant of women. But then they are these days. Anyway, the article continues. An incredible 89%, already mentioned that, bribe their men, possessive, you wouldn't say that about women, to do housework with sex according to, this isn't an express opinion, this is from statisticbrain.com. Well, who am I to disagree with them? 89%, okay. And it continues, a psychological trick to get your boyfriend or husband to clean has been devised by Anthony Risch, PhD. A psychological trick to get... Oh, Jesus God. Well, Anthony doesn't exactly... Dr. Anthony doesn't exactly sound like an MRA or a MGTOW. And before I skip down to what he has to say, related articles, why women orgasm will shock you, really. How to orgasm. This is the sex tip women can master to ensure climax. So, not yet more proof that it's women who are the ones who are obsessed with sex. Anyway, Dr. Risch or whatever, told Cosmopolitan, well known for its love of men, indulge him with a few minutes of acting goofy before asking them to do the task you want them to do. This doesn't have to be sexual, just fun enough to put your partner in a good, happy mood. Since his mind and body are now surging with feel-good chemicals from your brief fun exchange, he's less likely to wrinkle his nose at the request. I'm not a violent person and I've never met this doctor, but I don't want him to wrinkle his nose. I want to fucking break it right now. Okay, and I'm just thinking, Cosmopolitan magazine, and I don't know how many guys out there can remember the film Alien with Sigourney Weaver and the robot, and at one stage when he's going nuts, and he gets a magazine, I bet it's a women's magazine, and he rolls it up, and he tries shoving it down their fucking throat. That's what I'd love to do with this copy of Cosmopolitan, so that stupid bitch will listen to this and then use sex like what? Like a fucking prostitute. I mean, using sex to obtain something in return isn't. I thought that was prostitution. Anyway, oh God, where was I? Or you could just find a boyfriend who doesn't mind cleaning up after himself in the first place. Well, we mentioned the stairs. I would presume that the boyfriend and the girlfriend make an equal amount on the stairs. So do they divvy that out? Should there be gender parity? Does he clean the top half on his knees or on the bottom half? Did I mention that I probably did, and I've forgotten already, that most married men these days are on their fucking knees, metaphorically speaking, permanently. I'm dropping down in the article, that is. Oh, here we have another thing before I go further on in this article from presumably the Express. Penis-sized virginity and fetishes, 11 shocking sex stats revealed. Yeah, I know sex sells, but it seems these days to sell more to women than to men. They're obsessed. It goes on about surveys showing how much time people have having sex, and apparently it makes up 0.45% of our lives. Our lives? Well, if it comes to obsessing about sex, it probably these days, when it comes to reading, it probably makes up 45% of women's fucking lives. More data has revealed the average British person will have sex 5,778 times before they die. Why are they telling me this? Express Lifestyle, and this is where you get a chance to have your say, ladies. And you get a questionnaire, an online little questionnaire here, which I filled in myself, pretending I was a woman. Have you used sex to bribe your man to clean? And you only have two answers, which I have to admit seems a little unfair. It says yes, of course, it's the easiest way to get them to do anything, and no, he can clean on his own or get out of my life. That would be me, the latter, because I'm not cleaning your fucking shit. But 66% of the people who filled it in said yes, of course, it's the easiest way to get them to do anything. So contradictory to the original figure, but nevertheless, even that shows 2/3 of women use sex in order to get men to do things. And this is another good reason to deny them sex. I mean, if you can get away with, not getting fined in France, as that guy did, what was it, 16,000 francs he got fined for not having sex with his wife, some shit like that. I've skipped down now. A 2008 study of Canadian and American sex therapists found the average time for men to last in bed was 7 minutes. So would that equate to him doing 7 minutes housework? And does that mean, as he's done her a fucking favour, that she should spend 7 minutes changing the oil on the car? Of course not. Then it goes on to erectile dysfunction, also known as impotence. Erectile dysfunction is very common. It finishes, yeah, I think I'm getting it now, reading this fucking article. Okay, fuck. I don't know why I do this. Related articles again. Is your man pretending to orgasm? I think I'd have to these days. Is female orgasm or male better? Sure. The average woman will sleep with this many men before settling down. I wonder if that particular article has considered surveys in the past that show that women lie through their fucking teeth when it comes to the number of men they've had. I saw a survey once, I wish to God I had it to favourites, where they were asked how many partners they had, lied through their teeth by underestimating them, and then when they were strapped to a polygraph, which wasn't even strapped in, they told a far greater story. Cut a long story short, on average, they'd had sex with just as many men as men had had sex, and all the guys I know will get it anywhere and at any time that they can. Those guys are rams, of course. I know this is hypocritical. The women who have sex like that are fucking sluts. Not all of them. There are some good, decent women out there. Good luck if you ever find one, guys. Thank you very much if you got this far. Cheers.